Good afternoon and welcome. Today's a beautiful day. It's sunny outside, blazing hot, 90 degrees. This massive heat wave on us. Let's get right to it. So we're on episode 6 of Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. And I gotta say, we're all impressed with Dragon Maid series right now. There's one thing bad about Dragon Maid series. There's not one thing that stood out as this is the worst episode. You know, gotta give props to Kyoto Animation going through so much and then make a great episodes of Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. They didn't give us no bad episode. They making us hit us with our soul of this slice of life comedy. Despite the fan service we got in this episode, everything about Kobayashi Dragon Maid is still a part of this. Episode 6 did that for us. And what's good about episode 6, we got a lot of screen time coming in. We got a lot of screen time in this episode. And the overall about episode 6 was the screen time for these side characters. So without further ado, here's my review of Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S episode 6. You know, what better way to start off an opening show with some boobs? Fan service. Oh my God, let's get right into the fan service where we meet our beloved character, Lokowa. Now, again, Lokowa has got some screen time, but not as much as like Ilulu or Toru's level of, and Kanna. Lokowa's screen time is not often as big as everybody thinks it is. But not by boobs, I'm talking about her, get to know herself even more. Get to know herself. Again, we knew that she's like ex-goddess. We know that she gets drunk a lot. But it's something about Lokowa that we don't really see in this one. Like, what Lokowa actually is, despite being the ex-goddess that she is. And despite being, she's in the middle of the faction, like there's a neutral faction. But what's more to Lokowa than ever? But again, we're not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes in the opening, and 1 second, as soon as you click that, boobs. Boom. Boing, boing, boing. And Shouta is freaked the fuck out. Now, I remember I did one of my videos back in season 1 where I'm like, Shouta, if you don't smash this dragon MILF, I'm gonna kick your little ass. You better smash her. And I get it. I get it. They're toying with us. They're just toying Shouta, because I understand how this is like some Shouta-kun type thing going on. Whoever read a lot of Shouta, you guys know what I'm talking about. So with him freaking out that Lokowa is all naked, who doesn't want to smash Lokowa naked? Guys, listen to this. If Lokowa was in your bed naked, smash that. Smash that, okay? Fucking smash that. You don't run away and freak the fuck out. No. Of course, Toru, Elma, and Lokowa, yeah. But not Kanna and Lulu, no. I mean, I understand it's because of her boob, but no. Anyway, so Shouta is trying to figure out the weakness behind, like, what's her actual weakness? So he put spy cameras all around. And then Lokowa just took her for clothes. She's like, oh, it's great to be naked. People are like, why is she always naked? I mean, you gotta think about it. She's a dragon. Dragons don't really wear clothes. You rarely see that unless you're Elma and Toru. But Lokowa herself is like, as a dragon. Think about it. Dragons don't wear clothes. That's why Lokowa doesn't wear clothes when Shouta's around. But he always naked. I like that. Okay. Now, another thing is, Shouta gets afraid by everything. He tried to make coffee black. That didn't work. Tried to make her scared of dogs. That didn't work. Tried to make her change her clothes by command, because she always like, oh, she always naked. Let me put on clothes. All that stuff did not work. So he goes over to Toru and explain, like, what's her weakness? Toru's like, well, her liquor. I mean, she can handle her liquor and all that. And then here comes Lokowa walks in. Now, Lokowa, this is the first time that we actually see Lokowa's real not her full backstory, but explain her weakness. You know, being abandoned by, being abandoned, hard to find a home, she got kicked out. It's very sad. Now that, once Lokowa explained to Sota the weakness, being left alone, Sota kind of acknowledged it. Like, he understands it. He understands it. So, yeah. Now, that's the first half. That's the first part. There's 3 parts. That was the first part. The second part is Fafnir and Takia, Kobayashi's friend. We got a lot of screen time between these two. Fafnir is like Elma in terms of backstories and in terms of screen time. Both Elma and Fafnir doesn't have a lot of screen time, and in this we got it. And Takia as well. Again, Takia never had like a lot of screen time. We rarely see him. The only time we see him is if you go into Bari Kobayashi or put on these Maid shades and just like going in otaku mode. I get that. So again, we don't really see him that well. And this is the first time that we actually see him more without his otaku glasses than ever. So Takia is all like freaked out because his parents are coming over. And Fafnir, being that he's a dragon that he is, protecting his treasure and stuff, he stays in that one area. Just guarding, just playing his game non-stop. He definitely looked like a butler from Black Butler. Like, literally, butler from Black Butler. Like, that's all I gotta say. For a butler-like human, he actually playing it. But anyway, he's playing his games, all that stuff, trying to, simple. And I like how he tried to figure out a way to get Fafnir out the house. He tried so much. Well, not really tried. He go to Toru. And he's like, what's his weakness? That's that animation. He's like, force him by force. Funny. But besides from that, you gotta love the connection, the teamwork. You gotta love the bond that Fafnir and Takia has. Understanding humans and what to do and understand his purpose as dragons, all that stuff. It was, it's very cool to see the bond that those two have. I also like the animation where Toru and Fafnir in the dragon forms went at it head to head. I never thought Fafnir looked so cool in the dragon form till now. He got those six redded eyes and all that stuff. It's so freaking creepy. But I love his dragon form nonetheless. We have to remember, besides human form, their dragon forms look so freaking awesome. That's all I'm saying. And I like how the ending went when Takia and Fafnir was like, okay, let's settle it by strength, not by fighting, but game wise. They were playing a game together. That is so good. That's good. Now let's get to this. Okay, everybody, take your notepads out. Let's talk about these Kannagasms. Okay, right now we're about to reach our 8th, 10th Kannagasms of the lifetime. Let's do it. So you got these kids, talking about. You got one boy saying, "Oh, I went farther than the river," but then I took a step back, guys. I took a step back. I looked at one of the friends. He had that hair cover his eyes, and I'm like, oh my God. The Dark Brother has come again. Oh shit. That boy with that little kid with the hair covering his eyes, we're gonna have some dark story with this boy. We're gonna have dark stories with this boy. He's gonna, I feel it coming. Anyway, so boy took a photo of the river. He went farther than the city, farther from town. Sakawa, you know how Riko is, always going, bragging about this. Even though she failed, she can't do it, and that's that. Okay. Kanna is so. We have to put Kanna in terms of the decades. Kanna will go down as the best little sister / daughter to have in anime history. Kanna will go down. She is among the best of the best. To have a little sister / daughter, Kanna fits the bill. top 5, in my opinion, a top 5 candidate, nonetheless. Her style, not her style, the way how she motivates, she's like, oh, it's so freaking adorable. Oh my God, it's like, I want to have a daughter. Oh my God, she's just doing it. So they went on a trip, and it was like, but the way how we seen it though, it's like a date. Some of y'all some of y'all think of it, but it's like a date the way I see it. So the first thing they're going, like, they see this brick road full of these white blocks. They're like, hey, let's jump on these white blocks. If you fell that one, you die. I'm like, oh. So they jump, and then when they land on that white pillar, that white those white tiles at the same time, Kanna, they got face touch, and Kanna's hugging her like, Riko's like, I fainted. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we freaking go. And then they were playing, and then as they're walking, they see, other humans doing other things, painting, playing soccer, especially that soccer scene now, just random out of nowhere. They were kicking a flat soccer ball, and then they just kicked it off the top of a homeless guy. He said, Nirvana, and ran. I'm like, what the hell? But then we got to lunchtime. Oh my God, where did we get on lunchtime? I like, she got this, she trying to play, Riko is just straight up, oh my God. She got these little fries and just trying to, potato fries, and just trying to get, like, eat together, like those Pocky sticks that you see, like, contact, and then kiss. She tried to do that, and that didn't work. She was like, when it got closer, she got gasm again. I'm like, oh my God. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The moment I saw that was the moment that I almost like, no. But she failed. Ooh, I'm so glad. She even tried to do an indirect kiss. When Kanna ate that entire rice ball like this, and there was an indirect kiss from the chops and from the saliva from the chopsticks. Riko's like, I dropped my fork. Can I have your chopsticks? She's like, oh, I have a spare. She tried. She tried. So, and then as they walk in, they see the river, and as they walk in, they see Elma, free as she is in her dragon form. They didn't put no barrier. They just see her, now they just see her as a dragon. So imagine you going to a river and you see Elma. And then that's the whole thing. And Kanna's trying so hard to block it, like, oh, no, trying to block it. That didn't work. I'm sorry. That worked because Elma wasn't there anymore. So, yeah. And then when they got to the river, they got this older couple explaining about the river and why there's what it means and such. But what this episode did, it did give us the quality of human life as we speak, and showing us the nature of seeing what other humans do on their free time when they, when you explore and you see them doing this. Now it's very nice, natural. I also like the ending part when Riko's like, oh, there's a dragon right there. There was a real dragon. Yeah, and then Kanna's like, it was CG. How did she know let me find out Kanna know what CG is. Let me find out she know what CG is. I need to know how. I'm really curious how she know about it. Maybe from watching anime. I don't know. I think she has a secret. I think she watches anime. I think she does. So that's it. So that's it about this episode. So overall, I like this episode really, really well. This was a pretty good episode. I mean, like I said, this entire episode was basically about these characters that we getting. I mean, these characters that we got has gotten screen time. Shouta got screen time. Locoas got screen time. Fafnir and Takia has screen time. Riko and Kanna got their episode now. So it's like these characters are getting screen time, and that's what they're doing. So props. Now in the direction of Kobayashi Dragon Man, again, there's nothing I can say that's the plot, where's the plot of all this, because at one time it was always at Lulu. Now Lulu's changing her life thing, but there's gonna be like later episodes where the most powerful dragon out of nowhere is gonna cause destruction and all that stuff. So we'll get to see where that leads to in the terms of life between humans and dragons, all that stuff. So let's see how that works. But next week's episode is gonna be all about melons, because Loco was in a doujin. So let's see how that works. So I look forward for next week's episode of Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. We're almost done with this episode. We're gonna miss this, but don't worry. Once it come out on DVD and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna buy it, like me. And like I said, this was a well thought out, peaceful, funny episode, even though we had fan service. But still, it was worth it. So stay tuned for next week's episode review of Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S, and I hope you will.